Hello, bag chasers. It is your boy, RecklessRay Dinero. We are back at it again. It is Sunday, November 13th. Coming back with the updates on the portfolio and some weekly ongoing news. It's been a hectic week. First of all, let's do some housekeeping. We got a new subscriber that joined the family. Shoutouts to Sorindo, joined a couple of days ago. Thanks for being a part of the family. Hope you enjoy the videos. Hope you enjoy the content. Also, as always, shout out to the Bag Chasers. You will be getting this first. If you are not aware of what the Bag Chasers is, it is the Patreon group founded by Anton Daniels, antondaniels.com. Basically, for this first 12 months that I'm doing this, I'm going to be exclusively rocking out over there with them as a thank you, because if it wasn't for them, these videos wouldn't exist. So they are getting it 72 hours before everyone else. As far as video uploads, you will now see my Rumble channel, link in the description. I am dual uploading on Rumble because at any point it could be some of the panel stuff that I do, like obviously YouTube just randomly decides to ban people and Elon Musk hasn't bought it yet. So I'm dual uploading because I refuse to lose my content. I've seen the way that things go down in these YouTube streets. People start attacking channels because they don't like opinions. So they get channels taken down, and then the content creators lose all of their content. And I'm not playing that game, so I dual upload. So if you take me down on YouTube, I've got all my stuff backed up over on Rumble. There's obviously, it wouldn't be for anything that I'm actively posting. It would be for the panel stuff, which I'm assuming more people will start filtering over here under. But just know, you aren't going to be doing anything. I can just start over and just re-upload those videos because I'm dual uploading. With that said, the link to the Patreon is in the description as well. Links to things that help support the channel, donating, like, subscribing, commenting, all help support the channel. So all of those things I do have down in the comments. So if you guys venture down there and play around in those comments, there's some things that are value adds for you. Obviously, all things have a slight value add for me. Everything that I make on this channel goes back into this channel, especially since I'm just starting to be regularly active on it. So we're trying to build it out, better setups, better video stuff for obviously when I'm on panels. All of those things help to build the channel out to make it better for you guys. So getting into it, we're going into the top 10 here. This week has been hectic. We had some ongoings, which will be our topic of discussion. I've finalized my plan for moving into next year and how I'm going to navigate the transition of my shutting down this portfolio and starting out the 2023 portfolio. Like, I finalized that. Just getting back to town from Des Moines, Iowa, went on a little road trip up there. So coming back pretty relaxed, refreshed, ready to face the week. So let's jump into it. Gotcha. Okay. So running a quick rundown of the top 10. We've got Ethereum, as always. Lido staked Ethereum, obviously, always. Those are an LP together, so those are the top two. Augur, AG Euro, Cash Holdings, which is getting ready to start being deployed little by little. Olympus DAO, which is in an LP paired with ETH. That's taking a hit this week. Cosmos Hub, taking a hit this week. Got a little bit of a buy. It's lower than what I bought at, but I'm not complaining about that because that's a long-term hold, so I just got that at a deal. Bitcoin, obviously, the king of down. Took a hit this week as well for no reason. I mean, people who are selling their Bitcoin, in my opinion, literally one of the dumbest plays ever. But, I mean, if you're swing trading it, I understand. But if you're long, like me personally, I do not trade. I don't sell my Bitcoin. So Alchemix on there, like obviously everything that's not a stablecoin basically is going to be down. GMX had a weird pump this week, but then before I started recording this video, it's had a 10% sell off, so people took their profits off that apparently. Optimism has been doing what Optimism does, is kind of floating in a range. The whole market's taken a hit, like as you can see, like everything on my top 10 has been waylaid that isn't cash, which was why I started pulling when we were having those hits, those pumps last week. I was like, I'm running this as a within a range, and so once I pulled that range, that's really helped make this not as bad as it could have been had I left everything sitting there. So now we have tried and true, the pulling into a cash reserve that's making money does work, which is cool. So I'm going to continue doing that. So we've got that. So first thing, let's take a look. These are some old tweets, but I found them pretty interesting. FTX CEO SBF Sam Bankman-Fried has filed for bankruptcy and personally owes over $650 million. Wow. This is the reason for our current calamity. I mean, we have obviously macro events. I'm leery of all pumps at this point because of the global issues, because we are not outside of global macro events, which are happening. But when you have specific things getting uncovered, like this FTX scandal deal, you can't help but take notice. And this is... So then, as the week went on, I found out more interesting things because I was a part of the Luna collapse. Like, that was one of my big losses this year. Like, it might be the biggest loss. It's definitely up there. And Sam Bankman-Fried was a part of that, and he kind of incentivized that. There's a bunch of tinfoil hat conspiracy theories that they have heavy ties to the Democratic Party, and they were implanted and set this up to destroy crypto from the inside, which, you know, considering that this person specifically, not my opinion, both CZ from Binance and the CEO of Huobi also confirmed that, like, he did those things, so I'm assuming that he probably did. But that they were planted within the crypto space to destabilize it from the inside and scare people out of the market, which would not be surprising if there was something that you couldn't control. If you can't control it, the next best option is to destroy it. So that makes sense to me. They failed, obviously, and now he's out and he is destitute. So I wonder if the Democratic Party, where they funneled all this money to, allegedly, is going to refund him that $650 million that he personally owes now. That's cool. So this was basically the thing that caused the collapse, because when a centralized entity goes down, or something that a lot of people have hands in, it has cascading effects, because when they get liquidated, everybody has to come in, everyone starts getting liquidated, everyone sells off their stuff, and then the market just goes red across the board. One of the interesting things, which will be the next thing that I'll show you here, the FTX contagion. They're calling it a contagion. Apparently FTX is a disease, which actually makes sense. It is a disease in the crypto space. It's spreading to the Solana ecosystem. So they put a lot of money in Solana. Like, this is one of the VCs that was propping Solana up. So the round chair that was the VCs in Solana that were waiting to get their money back has started to collapse because one of the larger ones has capitulated, which means that the other ones are following in suit, because, like, obviously you're not trying to lose more money. So we'll see how that goes, because it's getting ready. Solana's actually going to be community reliant here pretty soon, it looks like, at least from what I've seen. And we'll see if the community can pick that up and fix that chain, because I don't know that the VCs are going to want to carry that weight at this point, but we shall see. Moving on into other things, we'll shoot back over to the portfolio. So the plan for starting next month, because usually I'll run through December, but last year I started just counting my December as the cutoff. So December 1st is pretty much my cutoff. All buys made into December go into the 2023 portfolio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tearing this portfolio down actively. So what I'm most likely going to do is I shift everything over into cold storage at the end of the year. This year, I think I'm going to take everything that's not in the Tendermint ecosystem. I think that I'm going to break it down by ecosystem. So like the stuff that's in Tendermint, I'm probably going to break down into Atom and then stake it, and then use whatever you make from staking to kind of rebuy into those positions, the extra ones. The Ethereum and everything else most likely is going to go into Ethereum. And I think what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to set it up so that it's forcing me to save the asset. And so the play there is going to be, fingers crossed, we're going to take everything, convert it into Ethereum, put it on Alchemix, and then borrow against it with one of the self-repaying loans. And that's going to be the catalyst funds for the 2023 portfolio, because I can pull out cash against the Ethereum. Caveat being is like the way that works is like even if I don't pay that loan back, it pays itself off in 2 to 5 years. So you're forced saving for 2 to 5 years. So like that's a long position for me. So it also releases 50% of those funds to be redistributed into their projects. So what I'm looking at doing is there's a couple of other pieces to this that we will be uncovering next week, but that's going to be phase 1 for the bulk. So next week I'm going to show you guys another tool that I've been using, cuz it'll be 2 weeks into actively doing that, and that's going to be the build lead up to how I'm going to be bringing money into the market moving forward, most likely. I'm pretty excited about it. It seems pretty, at least from my opinion, pretty logical, well thought out. The numbers are shaking out so far on it, and it's going to give me the ability to have a more mature portfolio as opposed to just chasing deals. And it's going to force me to build those underlying assets, so it's going to build a stronger foundation moving forward. And I'm a firm believer in the future of Ethereum. So until I see the money move elsewhere, I'm going to continue to believe that. There's nothing that really anybody's going to tell me besides people actually moving money and deploying elsewhere that's not Ethereum or an Ethereum layer 2 that's going to make me think that like Ethereum doesn't have a firm, solidified place as a consistent number 2 coin, like a staple in this market. Obviously those narratives change, and I'm not emotionally tied to any of these things. It's all done by numbers, but like as far as like having something that's going to function more stably than other altcoins, I'm feeling pretty good about it, and something that's going to perform or outperform Bitcoin during bull runs, feeling pretty good about it. And yeah, I mean, I've got the numbers line up on it, and so I think it's going to be a good strategy. I'm definitely going to be doing it for at minimum the first 6 months. I'd say at minimum the first quarter. Like I reevaluate my portfolio monthly, so I'll know pretty much within the first quarter how that's looking and if it's building the way that I want it to. But like so far, both ends of this, and well, I haven't started the Alchemix thing, but I'm going to. But so far, both ends of how I'm looking at building out this next year, based on the numbers and the way that it should build up my portfolio, both long term and the active side, I've got no qualms with how this year's starting, and I'm very confident that it's going to be a solid plan. I'm excited to share the pieces of it with you. So part 1, obviously we're going to do the conversion over to Ethereum, and then we're going to do do a little bit of leveraging over on Alchemix. And next week we'll follow up on that, but we will also go into the next phase for how I'm looking at bringing money into the market. So that's going to be a pretty interesting piece as well. So I'm gonna start doing obviously the portfolio update, but I'm gonna start adding some value add with a little bit of current news of what's hitting that week. And hopefully, like I said, we're in this mission on this mission together, on this road together. We're building it out, but this piece, the financial piece of next year, I am super stoked about for sure. Like I've got this dialed in. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna put this to bed. I got a couple more weeks of this month to see what the market does. See if we can get a little bit more into that cash reserve. And you know, I'm feeling really good about that also. So that's gonna be fun. And yeah, I think we're looking good there, and I'm excited, and I'm super excited to share that with everyone. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of tools that I'm going to be using, and hopefully it's some stuff that everybody finds useful and some stuff that they can use, because like I said, like I'm not there yet. I'm not out here posturing at being rich. It's an active portfolio. We take wins and losses. We are building together. So it's not that I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I might have a little bit more in the market than other people. I might have a little bit more skin in the game, but it's my skin in the game. So you can watch and be entertained at my wins and losses. But that's the format that I think we're going to do is I'll do the portfolio update. And as we're building this strategy out that I'm going to go with, we'll piece it all together. And that way everybody can see, like I'm gonna be very transparent with the moves that I'm doing from a overarching deal, and all of this is scalable. I will go into the pitfalls and potential issues of them as I see them, because like I'm going to be doing this. So if we run into any issues, you're going to see it with my money first. So there's always that. So I think we're going to wrap that up. We're sitting at about 17 minutes. I'm looking at scaling these out to between, I'd say, 15 to 30 minute episodes, unless there's like a lot going on. And then I might actually start posting more often, because I wanted to throw up another video earlier this week. I just didn't have time while the FTX thing was actively happening. But considering it's still actively happening and we're in tinfoil hat realm as far as that is concerned, I figured I could hold it until this video, and that'll give us a little bit more time here to hang out and rock out with you guys. So for the back chasers, you will be getting this immediately on Sunday. Everybody else, you'll be getting it on Wednesday. If you see enough value in this to want to get it on Sunday, or want to be a part of a network of people that are amazing and moving forward and consistently running the numbers up on every level of life, then I would tap into the Patreon, link in the description, antondaniels.com/backchasers. So otherwise, obviously, like, share, and subscribe, support the channel on the YouTube algorithm. If you want an automatic reminder, definitely hit the subscribe, hit the bell button. It'll let you know when I upload and when these videos are made public, which will be Wednesday for the general public. Also, you can catch me over on Rumble. You will get the same video over there. I dual upload, so the video over on Rumble does go live on Wednesday. It's auto scheduled to go live on Wednesday, and that's kind of what it is. But thanks for tapping in with me. Obviously, if you see value in this, share it with other people, because that also helps. We need more people. We're not trying to get rich by ourselves. And hopefully none of you fumbled the bag this weekend. I did a little bit, spent a little bit of money. I was out of town, so it's what it is. You got to do that sometimes, get a little recharge. But we back now. We're dialed in, and we're going to be focused on making next year the best year ever. I'm out.